Hey guys, so I am back at it again. I hope that everybody had a wonderful weekend and that their new week is off to an amazing start. So, you guys know we have a breakup in the Love Island universe. We've got a new relationship. We've got somebody in love, and we've got some ugly truths about behind the scenes of Love Island. But we're going to get into all of that. But before we get into all of that, guys, you know what to do. You got to make sure you subscribe. Make sure you click that button if you have not. If you've forgotten, if it's gone over your head, whatever, make sure you are subscribed so you can be a part of the conversation. And especially, like I said last week, I'm going to be announcing this week, and I'm going to be doing it twice this month. We're going to be getting back to the Coco Kinsey self-care giveaways. And that just will include some things that help me get through, make it through the day, make it through life. And I want to share that with you guys because we're becoming family, right? We're talking. So in order to do that, you got to make sure you're subscribed and make sure you find a video that you like, comment and say something, get involved, get engaged. And that will let me know that you're here. So you got time. Don't worry. You could do it between this time and sometime this week. You'll be entered into the drawing, and I can't wait to share that with you. But let's get into it, guys. So, Miss Zeta says she's in love, honey. And if you saw the video, it was good. It was giving passion. It was giving drama. I was here for all of it. Okay, it really wasn't that deep. It was just a kiss, but the kiss was nice. It was just a kiss, and she's saying with the little caption, she's in love. And so, I'm just here for it. I'm here for it. And so y'all know today is Monday. So for the Zeta fans, Zimmy fans, y'all know it's Zeta Confidential Monday. So she'll be dropping her blog today. So it will be a two-parter today. So this evening, once the vlog drops, I'm going to give my take. I want to hear what you guys take from it. It's always something good. So if you're not subscribed to ZetaConfidential.com, make sure you subscribe. Why not support your girl? And even if you're not, if you're just a Love Island fan, as I always say, it's something you can take away. So where there's love often, guys, sometimes there is not. And so we had a Love Island breakup with Miss Phoebe and Chad. They decided to be just friends, but she said he's still gonna come up for a Michigan game, y'all. So it looks like, that it's not too much tension in the world of Chad and Phoebe. It was just decided because, I don't know how many of us really thought they were together or that was something there, but hey, whatever. If it's cordial, if it's good and it's healthy, then I'm all here for it. So we got that breakup, and we got with Miss Naja. Miss Naja got her a new man, guys. So Miss Naja has her a new man, and Jeff says he's okay. He's happy for his baby. He's happy for her. Bestie, buddy. So, if he likes it, I love it. So we got a lot of little motion going on. We got a lot of things kind of transpiring, having a lot of movement. And so I'm going to continue to stay on top of that, guys. But my favorite thing out of the weekend, I must say, because it's something that we always talk about. Is it scripted? Is it this? What really happens? What goes on? And Miss Cara was here to bring it to us, guys. So I'm going to make sure. So if you have not seen the video or, and checked it out, then I'm going to leave the link below. So you can go take a look at her a two-part video where she's talking about the ugly truth about reality TV. She's been on 3 shows. So Miss Cara from season 1 of Love Island USA. She was on X on the Beach and Amazing Race. But y'all know, obviously, I'm going to talk about the Love Island part. I mean, granted, because I feel like for me, that was the biggest one. And because, oh my goodness, y'all, like we watched them 6 days a week, for a couple of months. So we feel like we know these people. And I thought the way she broke it down and the fact that she always just really allows herself to be so vulnerable, I really, really appreciate it. I respect it. So make sure you check that out. But she talked about the things that we're always talking about in this, in this community. We're talking about mental health, the mental health of the castmates. So whether you like or love somebody, she was just able to break down kind of that experience. So she discussed how before they even go in the villa, you are sequestered for a month with no connection to the outside world other than your chaperone or the producer. So obviously in that kind of isolation mentally, now what I will say, sometimes mentally to be cleansed is okay, but what it also does is it gives the producers a month's time to study you because you're being watched. You're being watched. Your every move is being watched. Everything you do, how you react to certain situations, your interest, your all these things. So while it is reality TV, if you've been studied, just like with anything, like if you've been studied enough, I can put you in the right situation to trigger you because I know you or know the idea of you. And so she discussed that. So while it is reality TV, you're going in, you've been sequestered for a month. You go in, and she didn't say this necessarily, but I mean, it's obvious. Like when you go in, you're so happy to have human contact. So this is why, like you probably see, and my guess would be why you see people like, oh my God, hey, like, cause we've all been like taken out of that's like reminds me like the allegory of the cave where you've just been in darkness. Like, oh my goodness, hey, like, so everybody's happy initially to see each other. But it obviously comes to a screeching halt when you're put in situations where you're sleep deprived. So we know some of the contestants from this year have discussed when everyone having different phones with different times. So you don't know the time, you don't know the date, you don't know when you're getting up. All you know is that you're not getting much rest. So while it can be reality and while, there is the 2-drink minimum, so we're not allowing the contestants to get drunk because we're all concerned about their mental health. If I'm sleep deprived, then that actually may be worse than actually getting me drunk because it brings tension, it brings frustration. And we're talking about a lot of these places where the heat is beaming down on you. So that brings just a whole nother layer to how you're feeling. And then when you do give me drinks, something I found so interesting that she discussed, when you do give me drinks, it's intense situations or situations where something is to be revealed. So when we are having, when they're having the games or some kind of game, something is going on where you might get a little loose with the lips. So while it is reality, it's a manipulated reality I'm going to place you in these situations and I'm not going to tell you what to say. I'm just going to give you just a little nudge and you go with it. But if I know your triggers, then I know what to place there or what's good. And so, she discussed them having a psychologist. I know, we can list several people who we've gotten concerned for. And one of the things that I know, like I said, well, thank God, at least they have some kind of doctors on hand. But according to Cara V, or at least to what she was inferring, because she was trying to be very cautious, but still open. And so these were not her exact words, that she used the words from some other people who were talking about reality TV. And a lot of the times the doctors, you feel as though they're working for the show because they are paid by said show production company. So they are invested to want to bring something out to keep this money pit moving. Like, hey, Conrad Murray. I'm just saying, but I know we put a lot on him, but that is the way the world works, unfortunately. So who is looking out for your best interest? And oh my goodness, we have such young people going in. And I know like a lot of times, oh my goodness, at 21, 22, like you think we know the world. We think we're grown. I'm good. I know what's best for me. So everyone's going on these shows with obviously some kind of intent. So whether it be to boost your followers, to, open the door for more, what you think are going to be more opportunities. Very rarely is it love. I doubt, like if you're lucky, if you're one of the lucky ones to get love, then great. But a lot of times that is not what you're going in for, which is totally fine. But what they don't tell you is the ugly truth about when you come out. And the reason, this is why I said I specifically wanted to talk about Love Island, because she did talk about other shows in very high level. But because Love Island is so many days, like when you watch shows like a Big Brother or a Love Island, people really feel like they know you because you're in our space and in our face for every day of the week pretty much. And if we're not watching it on the TV for 6 days a week, then we're constantly getting fed content by, YouTubers, by, we're searching Reddit, we're searching, we're getting all this content. And so we all feel like we know you. And the truth is we really don't. We know a snippet of what has been shown. And while I do personally believe that, I think it's healthy to have conversations. That's how you connect. but to have them in these forums. And unfortunately, as we always see, a lot of people take them out of these forums. And it becomes something ugly. People are being attacked, death threats, because people feel like they are so connected to you from seeing you so much that they have the right to say that because I know who you are, because this is not a script. So this is reality TV. And I've been watching you every day, so I know how you move. And it's just, you don't. You don't. We don't know these people. So we can have our opinions and have them in a safe space. But when you put something out on the internet, it's there forever. When you put something, you're tagging these people, are going directly to their page. You don't know what somebody has going on. You don't even know if that was truly them, if they were playing a character to, boost up something. Because sometimes when we're young, and dumb, we make bad decisions based off clout, based off what we think is going to get us. So whatever the reason, it becomes so ugly. And I don't think a lot of times people are mentally prepared for that. And I know in a video I did recently, I talked about just the idea that people think a lot of times when you come out, those opportunities are going to be there, and sometimes they're not. I know that was something recently. I did a video, like I said, and Isaiah seemed a little bit frustrated that stuff wasn't coming through the way that he thought or intended. And that is a reality that a lot of times gets overlooked or not discussed, or you find yourself trapped in this ongoing cycle of the next reality show and the next reality show and the next reality show. So when I see people like Cara V, where, she's trying to make a pivot and transition, or when a lot of us, there was a lot of Timmy and Zeta fans, Zemi fans that were mad and didn't feel like they were getting enough content. They were so private. We weren't getting enough information. But, to protect that privacy, to be able to protect your whole energy, because when just stuff is constantly being put out there, it becomes disingenuous, because you're putting it out. Because when you become an influencer and that becomes your only way of life, the whole point of it is the validation. And even if it's not even your intention going in, you find yourself on a path of constantly, because you need to influence. So I need to reach you. I need you to be convinced that this life is awesome, that this lingerie I have on is awesome, that this tea I'm selling is awesome, because that is how I make my money. And you find yourself in this trap where you're constantly putting yourself out there to be judged. And even the most whole person is just tough. And so we see like a Cardi B. Cardi B was able to go on a reality show, and she hustled and hustled and hustled still. Like her, hate her, love her, whatever, however anybody feels about her, she was able to take that opportunity and catapult it into something else. And a lot of times that is not the reality of what happens. And a lot of times it is because you find yourself going away from kind of who you are. So this is why I respect Azita, or why I really, really, that's why it's something different for me, why I put so much energy into, liking her, because it goes so much beyond just the influencer. It's influencer in a way that I really wish, when we talk about an influencer, what it really truly means in the essence of the word. Granted, the influence is influence, but to influence with purpose. I know I'm always talking about purpose and intention, guys. So she's purposefully and moving with intent, and that is what I love. But I also want to see, like, we do grow. For as much as we say we think we know these people, and the ones that we think we know, and people have the right to hate or sin, there are some that we really, really love, and you root for them. And so you want to see them succeed. Like Justine is one of those ones for me. Like, I really root for her. I love her. Sully, I love her. So, sometimes when you see them doing stuff, it's like, girl, change the behavior. But you want to see them use their skills and go beyond just Instagram personality, when you feel like they have so much to offer. Somebody who I absolutely have loved what they've done. And I really would, honestly, I was not a fan on Love Island season 1. Not that I hated her, but I wasn't really feeling Asada like that. But she has grown, and in the past couple of years, when she decided to make this pivot to actually, which I find so ironic in a world where being exposed is the thing, I feel like her her popularity, her net worth rose when she started covering up. and she got married. So she really got into her faith with Islam, and she began covering up more, and she got married, and she was at Paris Fashion Week. So I believe when you really stay true to who you are, or you go back to your roots, I believe that you will grow. So I see so many of the cast, and this is not the crap on the Love Island cast. I see it in so many other casts as well from other shows. Everybody moves out to LA. And when you get out to LA, oh my goodness, and I can say personally from living there, it is not that, because you can definitely find lifelong friends. It can be an amazing place, but you really have to be whole. And when you're going out there for opportunities, it is so many, everybody's coming out there for opportunities. So it's so easy to get lost. So it's almost like going out of the Love Island world and stepping right back into the villa, because you're still stepping out into a false world where you're still having to keep up this act. And you're going away from a lot of your friends and things that you know. And of course, it is okay to move away and step away for an opportunity, but you want to make sure that you don't lose yourself in it. And that for me is just so important. Like, I don't want to see a lot of these people come out and, just, lose themselves. Like, if you're talented, if you sing, do it. Keep doing it. Don't get caught up in just being a Fashion Nova or Shein influencer. Do that too. Get your money. I will never knock anybody for getting their money, but show us, like when we watch, and I keep using Justine because I really, really love Justine. So when she came off the show and we got to see her family, and she, shared that with us, we felt connected to her when she came with her style. Because I actually believe her style, before she was kind of, I would say forced, but before she became like just an influencer for these particular brands, her style was dope. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. But like her style, like I mean, like on the show, like I think the season 2 girls, like Mackenzie that season, Kirsten, I absolutely adored their style on that show. But then you come out, and then God forbid, like if something happens, obviously Justine had that huge thing with Caleb that I just think completely changed the trajectory of where she was, just her confidence of who she was, like, was questioned. And you're constantly being told you're ugly, you're not good enough. And then you're taking that from this person that you trusted. And so now, like, everything you do, because like when you're a social media influencer, you're constantly looking for that validation. And so it's just a tough place to be in, guys. I just, so I want to see, like, if you sing, if you do something, I want to see you do that. We love Justine because of her personality, because of all the things that she showed us that was her beyond just posing for a picture. She's good. Like, we look at some of these people on these TikToks, and I know, like, it's such a simple thing, but everybody can't do it. And she's convincing. So act, girl. Sally, if you sing, then sing. Whatever you do, just to not get lost and lose yourself. And that's something that Carol B really, really was talking about, just your mental health. And just, it's so hard to remain grounded. So many of these people go off on these shows and you're attacked. You find it hard to move forward out of that life. So just guys, so when we're talking about people or whichever, be gentle. Don't at nobody. Come here, let's talk about it. Let's break it down. We ain't got to be disrespectful here either. But, if you got to do it somewhere, let's do it in the forums. Now, if somebody goes out of their way to search something, God bless them. I pray that they don't. But don't be going on nobody's page, okay? We got to remember that these are real humans with real people with real feelings. So make sure you're mindful of that. And let me know, like, people who you definitely are rooting for, or what you think or what you expect out of different people. And then, like, just how we can find ways to encourage. Because I know, like, we talk about the negative comments, but how can we encourage those contestants that we really like? A girl, like, when that album dropping? Or girl, when's that, when you gonna get us some movies? You do an independent film. It don't have to be big. Girl, get your camera. Or, the guys, whoever you like. Let's talk about it in the comments. But y'all know, like I said, Z the Confidential Mondays. I'm coming back. Might be a little bit deeper. I don't know yet. She hasn't said it. But I can't wait to talk to you guys later. Again, y'all have an awesome day. Start off that week great, strong, and I'll talk to you guys later.